Hello, I'm Mark Nanaman. I'm going to show you how to remove duplicates from an array in Power Automate. Hopefully this will be a pretty quick video. So chances are you've already found yourself in a situation where you wanted to remove duplicates from a list or an array in Power Automate. And if you haven't yet, you will someday soon. Now, if you're in Power Apps, you can use the distinct function, the PowerFX distinct function, and that does it for you. In Power Automate, there's nothing built in that does that, but there's a very simple way to do it. It's just a bit counterintuitive. Let's make ourselves a simple array that has some duplicates. We're going to make a simple array of strings. They're just going to be the letters of the alphabet. We'll go down to F. So right now we've got A, B, C, D, E, F. And there's one of each, but we can copy these and paste. So now we've got duplicates and we can randomize it a little bit more. Let's just make a random selection here and paste again, paste again. Make sure we remove that last comma so that our array is good. So now we've got an array with some duplicates. We know we've got a number of duplicates in there. Now the way to get rid of those duplicates is you use one of two collection manipulation functions that are built into Power Automate. We can use the intersection method or the union method. And we could also review really quickly the reference guide to workflow expression functions in Azure Logic Apps and Power Automate. So this is a helpful bit of documentation that Microsoft gives us about all the different functions we can do in Power Automate or Azure Logic Apps if you want to do that. And under our collection functions, we have all the functions we can do with a collection or an array. And we've got this intersection and this union, and either one will work for removing duplicates. I'll just click on the intersection. So down here we see that this returns a collection that only has common items in the specified collections. To appear in the result, an item must appear in all collections passed to the function. If one or more items have the same name, the last item with that name appears in the result. So if there are identical objects, the last one is the one selected. The union function is very similar. This one just takes two collections and it combines them into one collection. But it has that same caveat that if one or more items in the collections have the same name, the last item with that name appears in the result. The last identical item is in the result. So functionally, this removes duplicates. So back in our flow, the way we use this, I'll just demonstrate both of them. We'll add some composes after our array compose, and I've got an intersection method and a union method. And all you do to do this is you add your expression, in this case intersection, and then you drop the array you want to remove duplicates from into that expression, that function, twice. So we're going to look for all items in these two arrays, which are the same array, that intersect. And because of the nature of the way the function works, it will only take one of identical items that it finds. So you just go in here and you drop a reference in your dynamic content to the output of your array, and you just do it twice. And the union is done the exact same way. Union, and then in parentheses, you put in your array twice. We'll go ahead and give this a test. And if we look here first at our array with the duplicates, our original array, we can scroll down and it's giving us an index here in the first column. We see the last index is 29. The index starts at 0, so we've got 30 items in the first array. If we look at the intersection method, it goes down to 5. So it starts at 0, goes to 5, has 6 items in it. We click the outputs, and we see we've just got A, B, C, D, E, and F in there once. If we check the union method, we will see the exact same thing. We have removed duplicates and ended up with only distinct items from our initial array. So we saw that this works with a simple array with one column. It also works with multiple columns. So if we, instead of doing a list of strings, if we were to replace this here Let me just select all these, and I've got another list copied. I'll paste that in here. I've replaced our list of strings with a list of items, of objects. We've got JSON objects, and each one has an I property and a V property. And some of these are duplicates. Now, the thing to note when you do the intersection or the union on a more complicated array with more columns with multiple properties, each property, each key value pair needs to be an exact match for it to be treated as a duplicate. And we'll see this, for example, here, my first object is I of 0 and V of A. The next one is I of 1 and V of A. So these will not be treated as duplicates since this 0 and this 1 are different. They will be treated as distinct items. So both of these will appear in the result. However, I of 1, V of A, and then down here we've got I of 1 and V of A again. Those will be treated as duplicates. And we've also got it down here again. So we'll only end up with one of these. So let's go ahead and give this a test. I'll click down here on the intersection method. And here's our output. So again, up here, we see that I of 0, V of A is there, but we've also got I of 1 and V of A because those two are distinct. However, the I of 1, V of A is only here once. When we saw in the initial array, it was in there multiple times. The initial array had, let's see how many we had. It goes down to 14. So we had 15 items. This was 15 in length. And after we remove duplicates, we are down to, looks like 8 of length. So the intersection gave us 8 items back, and the union will do the same. It'll give us 8. So our last index is 7, so we have a length of 8 returned. And the output, again, is the exact same for union as it was for intersection. All right, well, if you did not know how to remove duplicates from arrays in Power Automate, you do now. Feel free to check out the blog in the description below, and have a great day.